son died, it goes on. By the end of, she's done with all the homes regulation, then she realizes that death is inevitable. So today we all are here, and many of you represent many of the IT and BPO industries. You know that immigration compliance is something that we want to make sure we're compliant, but nobody can claim that we're 100% compliant. That is something is the biggest challenge that we have been seeing, and we're trying to address that every day. So today's event, today's conference theme is focused more on immigration compliance with all the changes that are happening around the world. So as Buddha said, death is inevitable. So the non-compliance is a big challenge. I don't think any company can come back and say, you know what, we are 100% compliant. But the effort has to be there to make sure that we stay compliant. So IT and BPO industries today in India over the last 10-15 years have been growing tremendously. As per NASCOM, it is worth $60 billion US. And it employs 2.5 million employees as of 2009. This is the data that I gathered from NASCOM. So based on my association and my interaction with the senior management in many of the corporations here, close to 1/3 of the workforce, that makes around 8,000 employees, are always working abroad. So along with these 8,000 employees, in many instances, their families join. So every employee who goes abroad, some of them may be single, but in case their wife, their children, there may be parents, whatever they join, that basically makes 1.6 million people are employees or their spouses from India, are the people that you represent, are the people that you manage, are working at any time outside this country. Again, what does it mean to all of us here? This basically is 1.6 million immigration compliance challenges. That's what it is. And many of you who are in this room today, and those who are in the office doing that work, your job is not that you're just sending the documents to the law firm or processing that. If you look at the bigger picture of the job that you perform today, is to make sure that all these 1.6 million, the lives of the people, or their careers, their schools, whatever it is, people that are working abroad, is what you help them to make sure they're compliant and they could do what they're supposed to do. And this is something that all of you basically do back at your job, and it does not get enough appreciation. That's something that I've seen. There are people in HR, they do retention and all that, but when it comes to immigration, there's in many companies a small team, and you guys are unsung heroes. But I have a lot of deep respect, and I'm very proud of all of you. I think you all need a big hand. So the next is, we talk about compliance. Why do we need to be here today? Because there are, the difference that the GIMC conference that we make here is, this is, conference is basically whatever we're doing today is for you all. And anything that we try to put up together, and it's for you and it's by, guess who? Again, it's you all. So that's the difference we are trying to bring into this conference. So there are many conferences that get conducted in India, but the difference here is we want to make sure this is for you guys and for the people who work hard day and night to help making sure that employees are compliant worldwide. And for this conference, the vision that we have here at INSZoom and for this industry here is to share the knowledge that many possess. Probably when I visited some of the folks in some of the large organizations, even in some small organizations, the knowledge that they have and the process maturity that they have to keep the employees compliant or to process their visas or the maturity that they have, it is amazing. That's what I would like to bring in, make sure that we share that knowledge with the rest of the folks so that it helps the industry run. And with that, we learn from each other. And also it's a great opportunity for all of us to network. And in return in war grow. So before we get started in GIMC4, but I'd like to, I know there are some of you have been attending this conference almost every year, and some of you are new. I would like to give a little bit history of how this started. In 2007, I still remember in January first week, and I was speaking to some of my friends who were working in some of the large corporations here. I said, the amount of knowledge you have, the process maturity that you guys know, I think we should share with other folks in the industry. They said, that's a great idea. How to do it? Then I said, I'll pull up something together, let's get started. So within 2 weeks, we decided to put together a team of people, and the first GIMC was launched in 2007. And we had representation from 8 different corporations. And basically, the folks who were there, they were clearly visionaries. And today you will be able to hear from them in the various sessions today. And we had 20 attendees. And it was just simple. It's not like a big conference like this in a room. It's just a roundtable conference. We just start together, we spend the whole day, and everybody was excited in sharing their knowledge. And I could see the passion in everyone and how they want to help this industry and help this 1.6 million lives out there to make sure they're compliant. So that's what it's all about. And it was a huge success for me. Though it was 20 people, the energy and the passion that I saw in each one of them, and we had the session started at 10 o'clock in the morning, but it went on till 6 o'clock, then also had a dinner. But people wanted to share and learn from each other. It was a wonderful experience for me. I said, we're going to do this next year, maybe we'll make it a little bigger scale. So after the success of the first GIMC, then if you look at the graph here, on 2007, we had 20, 2008, we doubled. And looking at 2009, again we doubled. And 2010, we doubled. It was basically, it exceeded my expectation. I was expecting there to be 120 people. So if you really look at it, and we're looking at 100, that's the reason where we have this cluster table that was set up for 120. But I'm glad that there is a need for people, for this knowledge to be shared in the industry. So, moving forward, the future, what is that we'd like to do? Just looking at the response that I see in this industry here, right here in Bangalore. I know that many of you have come from different parts of the country, not just from Bangalore here. We would like to, again, definitely that's going to be GIMC 2011, that's our first conference. So if we really look at the number that we saw, so we should be hitting at least 300 or more. So, definitely that I would require all of your guidance and participation in this. So along with that, the couple more things we're looking at trying to do is conduct some regional meetings. So probably, especially the 4 big metros that we have. So we're looking at in Chennai, then Hyderabad, and Mumbai, and Delhi. So probably we're looking at trying to do one in those cities. Then afterwards, along with that, followed by maybe once in a quarter, teleconferences, basically focusing more on how we can help the Indian immigration industry to stay compliant. So that's what we have in plan for the next year. Then going back to today's conference today, for GIMC4, it's going to be very different. And one thing that personally myself and we at INSZoom take pride in doing something new, different. So you are going to see that today. So this GIMC4, it's going to be great fun. And you're going to carry that experience, man, this is awesome. And